Well, it's been 2 weeks since South Florida was placed under mandatory water restrictions. Water levels remain lower than normal. For a closer look at the numbers, let's turn now to meteorologist Trent Eric.
Yeah, Dwight, we continue to see this problem developing here across South Florida. No substantial rainfall here over the last couple of days. A few showers overnight last night. One of the concerns, obviously, Lake Okeechobee, a backup water source for us in South Florida, rather, Miami-Dade, Broward. And as you look at the levels today, 10.39 feet. Normal is about 15.5 at 4.8, exactly there. And last year at this time, we were sitting at 14.56. So we were in much better shape without the tropical season being very active last year and the El Nino situation setting in. We have been rather dry. You look at the radar tonight, we're not going to get any help. And remember, you can only water from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. and whether you have an odd or even address makes a world of difference. We'll be back in a few minutes to talk more about the water restrictions and whether or not we have a chance to rain in the next 7 days. Dwight.
Just take one look at our canals and you can see the depressed water levels, and that's why the cities are enforcing restrictions. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live in Plantation to show us.
Well, Dwight, water levels are low and you can see it. In fact, right here, this grass on the edge should be covered by canal water. And until conditions get better, enforcers will continue to be on the lookout for violators of these water restrictions.
23-1. How you doing, boss?
Good, sir.
I need to be at the office, please. Well, right now we're going to respond to a condominium complex that's right across the street from one of our city parks. All right, let's visit the office. How you doing? My name's Kevin. I'm with Code Enforcement.
If you break the rules, you could get a visit from a code enforcement officer like Kevin May.
I was just in touch with another officer, I guess. He says he was out here this morning and asked you guys to shut him off.
According to a tipster, groundskeepers at the Royal Palm condominiums were testing these newly installed sprinklers twice today, and that's not allowed.
You're allowed to do the testing, but you have to limit the testing to 10 minutes per week per zone.
Because of low water levels, local enforcers are beefing up their patrols, and the South Florida Water Management District is even putting a plane up in the sky to make sure people aren't using water when they're not supposed to. Homeowners who ignore the warnings can face fines from $25 to $500. Individual municipalities set the amount. Commercial and agricultural users who are permitted by the Water Management District can be fined up to $10,000 per offense per day. Right now, May is only issuing warnings.
It's not a citation. There's no fine that attaches to it.
Now, the good news is, despite the fact that folks really want to water their dry plants and their lawns, only a handful of people in Oakland Park have received warnings, and that is the case that we have discovered everywhere in South Florida. But, Dwight, the rules could certainly even get tougher because we're learning now that phase 2 of these water restrictions could begin as early as April.
Tighter water restrictions, and residents will pay if they're caught breaking the rules. South Florida entered phase 2 of water restrictions, meaning residents are only allowed to water their lawns twice a week between 4 and 8 a.m. But many aren't following the new rules, and officials are ready to ticket the violators. Local 10's Jeff Weinzer joins us live with how much it could cost you. Jeff?
Well, Lori, here in Fort Lauderdale, police officers, code enforcement officers, and environmental inspectors are all on the lookout looking for people who are using these when they are not supposed to. We also caught neighbor turning in neighbor.
Oakland Park Code Enforcement may help you. 42nd Street, and they're running their sprinklers.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and at this Oakland Park house, the phase 2 water restrictions are being ignored.
This is a situation where we're going to leave them a warning citation. Obviously, this is going to be on our watch list.
$25 for the first violation, $50 for every violation after. Several cities we talked to all saying the same thing. The warnings are over. It's now time for citations.
From here on out, it's going to be citations for even a first offense.
Code Enforcement Officer Kevin May Jr. spending hours this morning driving up and down Oakland Park streets. The good news, the message may be out. May only found one violator, but he's heard a whole lot of excuses.
People are actually at the home and they just don't have the knowledge, or they're finding resetting their timers on their sprinklers difficult.
In Pompano Beach, the flowers are dying faster. That's because in this city, water restrictions are even more severe. Residents in Pompano can only water once a week. Their local ordinance is designed to protect their wells.
We're closer to the ocean, we're closer to the salt water.
And if that salt water mixes with our fresh drinking water, that could harm our water supply for years to come.
An interesting footnote, Miami-Dade County telling us that lawn irrigation accounts for half of all the drinking water used here in South Florida. If you need a refresher course on when you can and can't water, you can always log on to our website. It is local10.com. Charles, back to you.
All right.